we've been around the world.
We've been all over the world.
Yeah.
Man, it's been good, though. You know, you think about where we started. We talked about telling stories, and music, and we started with music, which is where I wanted to start because that's what I'm really passionate about. But music is storytelling, and all these things we're doing is storytelling, and all these things we do as artists is telling a story. Podcasting is storytelling in its greatest form. I remember I heard somewhere like everybody that dies is an unwritten encyclopedia.
Yes.
All the knowledge they have, all the things they've experienced. So there's no greater thing that I think you can experience than storytelling, whatever it may be. There's a photographer at one of the last shows I played in Kentucky, and I remember sending her a message. I was like, you're telling a story about the story I was telling. And that's really what it is, you know. She's a storyteller. She's an artist. I'm telling a story. She's capturing that, and that all tells a story. These podcasts are telling a story. Everything we talked about is telling a story. And that's when you say we've been around the world, we really have. And we've told a story, and just it's so easy to not, because people are so, it's so funny. People are so fucking freaked out by being a little bit left center, you know, a little bit artsy, a little bit different, a little bit fucked up, you know, and they're so scared to live like that. But that's where that fire lies, to tell those stories. And you don't have to, like, you can sit back and be like Joe Cool, like, oh, those guys are those faggots. It's like, no, man, you're just fucking insecure about yourself. You know? I love to tell stories, and I love to be a part of stories that other people are telling, and that's what this is, and that's what I want to always keep doing. And I know you want to do the same thing. That's why we're doing this now. I mean, we went earlier tonight. Fuck, we could take it all the way back to the beginning of the day. We went out, played on the river all day, hunted rocks, played fetch with the dogs. Like, we were out there writing a story, writing an untold story. And we'd drive an hour north, go up to the hill country.
Listening to good music.
Played a gig for 2 hours, you know. I told stories for 2 hours. We come back here, and we sit down and tell more stories. Because at the end of the day, what else do you have to leave? You leave behind what we share with others. Yeah. And I just hope people continue to find ways to share with others, because like this stuff that we're recording and the things that we leave, they're here. Yeah. People can look back on them. And fuck, tell a story, man. Yeah. Grab a buddy, tell a story. Yeah. You know, why not? We're gonna go up in November. We have a mutual friend with Dead Reckoning. They're a publishing conglomerate. They do a podcast. Yeah. And they put together a great book of poems. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's so I know some of the guys who put the thing together. I've podcasted with David Rose before. He's a veteran author. Right. And then I've met Leo Jenkins, and
Tyler was the guy I worked with. Yep. The podcaster Dead Reckoning.
Yeah. And so they decided they had gone to do poetry reading tour. There was like 3 veteran poets, and they were traveling around and doing live readings of their poetry. And so they would have a open mic for veterans to read their poetry if they showed up. And it was a big hit, and they're like, we should get poetry together from the current veteran group and put a book together. So from like War on Terror veterans.
Yeah. Bunch of guys that would never want to reach into that artistic side. Yeah. Decided, hey, I want to tell stories.
Yeah. So I submitted two poems, and they both got accepted and got published in it, and so did a bunch of other ones, and they were awesome.
Yeah, we're going to go up in November. They're going to do a poetry reading up in North Texas, in Denton. They're going to do a reading, and then we're going to perform some music up there. We're going to tell stories. It's going to be a big storytelling event. Yeah. That's just what it boils down to.
It's awesome.
And storytelling is just a sexy way of saying, have a fucking conversation. Yeah. You know, have a goddamn conversation with your neighbor.
And put your
don't have it be about fucking politics.
Put your real self out there.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to, because, and that's what I come down to is with the voice. Like, everybody has a voice, and your experience is so unique from everybody else's, and so why not share that with the collective humanity, so we can all learn from it and move on. Be yourself, be genuine, share your voice in whatever way you can find to do that.
I can't think of a better thing to say.
Yeah.
What he said.
Dude, it's been awesome having you on the podcast. I'm so glad. This is like, I was hoping it would go a crazy direction, and it did.
It went all the directions.
I'm glad it did.
It was a damn good time.
Yeah, because it needed to do just what it needed to do.
We got to do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
And we will.
Yep. All right, cool. Let's wrap this one up.
Let's do it.
All right.
Cheers,
hey,
brother.
check Paul Handelman out.
Do it.
Padre Paul online.
Padre Paul. Just Google it.
You're gonna thank me later.
Instagram, Spotify, Amazon, all that.
Listen
stuff.
to his music.
And I
see if you identify with him.
I promise I've got more music coming soon. It's a grind, but I promise if you follow the journey, it'll be worth it. We've got really good music coming soon, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get it out to you.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Thank you, Dan. Love you, brother.
Thank you, Paul. Love you too.